Alright, we should be getting back here into Ascent. We had some difficulties on the stream here, but we got everything working. We're into this map 2 here. Could be the decisive map 2 if UGA is able to close it out. I do have a little bit of intel here. I was talking to the side of Jax's people last night, and they said that they liked this Ascent map. They feel confident on it. I believe it was going to be the map 3 the last time these two teams played if they got there, and they feel confident about their ability to close out series on this map, so they feel good about their chances of winning here. We see UGA rocking the Tejo. I mean, just seems to be a staple of any comp that they're running, really.
I don't blame them. I mean, my team is no match in comparison, but we also run the Tejo, so that just tells you how good it is across every level of play. And if you queue comp right now, there will be a Tejo in your game.
Yeah, there's reason to use it on every map. So yes, this pistol round gets underway here. So very slow start. I mean, it's what we've seen from both of these teams really throughout the beginning of today. Slow, methodical pace, walking up, being diligent. You don't want to make a mistake that could cost your team a round. Continue to walk up here. Eventually waiting for the recon dart to come online within the next 5 seconds here. Looks like that's exactly what they're waiting on. The arrow is going to be fired. Alright, Side with the kill finds the opener here on this defensive side. The push going to try and come in onto the B side, but it's just not working. Isco shuts them down. Zach finds it, but Djinn and Soka are able to respond with 2 of their own. A way back into the round for them. Are they able to capitalize on it? They need to be able to capitalize on these small openings. But they kind of slow the round down again. Left. Only 30 seconds left. At least with their positioning, they have kind of forced into attacking onto this B site. UGA potentially playing for a quick rotate. It's not the path that they chose to take, though, and that should be the cue. You know, the Cypher is on his way to B. Oh, but Side should have found that kill, but Djinn actually finds another. Now it's only Zach onto the site to try and shut it down, but Djinn with his 3rd on the round, they get the spike down. Plant comes online. Isco, Bias on his own in the 1v2. He does find the first and the second. I mean, what a round. We saw so many momentum swings just in that round alone for them here.
I mean, if you're UGA, that's a sigh of relief. I mean, you have Side who played perfect and sloppy within the same round. I mean, right at the start of the round, he gets his 1, he backs up, lets his team refight. But then, you know, in the 2v3 situation, he's just kind of not watching main. They get to walk out on his teammate, and then he takes a late swing, and he's getting help. Yeah. But I mean, a big play from Isco there to kind of clean up his team's mistakes, and that's exactly what you want. And now, if you're Side, you have to think, okay, maybe I don't let that happen next time.
See what they're going to be able to spot out here. Trips coming on onto that B main angle. I'm gonna shoot that recon bolt. It is gonna spot out Isco here. Does just take the ghost into the round. His trip actually is gonna get broken onto B main. Kinda actually, yeah, gonna send him back that way. Try and clear in any space that may have been taken. He goes through inside, is able to find the opener onto Epoch. He's been lethal in this series so far, looking like the best player. But they're gonna force a pause into the round here as Jack's people try and decide what to do here. KO dart's gonna come in. Alo's gonna shoot it, then pick up, switch to that Sheriff, see if he can get any value out of it here. Smoke comes down. He wants a 1v1. They're not giving it to him though on the side of UGA. Trapping the Tejo missiles. They're going to come in, but he's going to get sat down by Soka. Continuing his hot play, but Zach comes in and finds 2 here. Another 2v3 for the side of Jack's people. Can they try and convert this one across? Side shuts down 1 and finds the second. That's the power of the Outlaw. They're finding back-to-back shots with it, and that was clean from him.
I mean, that's what you want. Like I said, Side had a little bit of a mistake last round, and then that round just perfect. I mean, he's letting his teammates fight. He's holding for his teammates. That's what you want to see after maybe, you know, not your best play so far. But, I mean, pretty clean round out of them, coming out with 3 there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it looked clean from him. The power of the Outlaw on full display here, and he's going to take it into this round and try and get aggressive. It looks like all of the attackers are going to be stacked onto this B site. Actually, calling a fast hit immediately on the side. But Isco finds a shutdown. It's going to be traded out though. And they do have access to this B site if they choose to take it. And it looks like they will take full advantage, trying to get the spike down. The alarm bot comes in. And the plant is online.
Spike planted.
The drone is going to spot out one logs. They're gonna throw the paranoia. They're gonna throw the stun. They're gonna throw the molly, and it's gonna be shut down. A beautiful combination of utility. The pop flash gonna blind his teammate. Halo does pick up one. It's a 3v3 on the retake. Side still able to find value with that operator. Sprayed through the wall though after getting revealed by the recon dart. Soka down to 1 health here. He's the last one alive for his team. Down through the wall. And that's a bonus conversion on the side of UGA, and you can hear the passion they have. They are only 10 rounds away from winning this tournament.
I mean, UGA are loving it right now, and for a good reason. I mean, you have Side coming in with an Outlaw. Gets sprayed down eventually, but he gets value out of it.
Exactly. He's been lethal with that gun through these first 3 rounds. And the bonus conversion, exactly what you don't need on the side of Jax people. You can't keep getting in these situations where you get in these big round deficits. Yes, they've shown the ability to come back, but they haven't been able to close out those games. You need hot starts from them. They just haven't seen it yet.
I mean, 5-2, and he says, "Give me the Outlaw."
Yeah,
I mean, he says they're.
Take it one more time. He knows that they're going to be running the light armor here on this eco round. And Tense with the average KO stat line of 0-2 and 5 assists through 3 rounds. That's exactly what that agent does. Teho drone is going to spot out the KJ turret, but he won't actually find any people there. Maybe alert you that the KJ could be lurking down the same main angle. They're instead going to take their path into mid here. Walking all the way through, disrespecting the smoke, placing one of their own. Alright, flash. There's not going to be anyone to pick up on the side of it as they take into market. And then here's where they stop. Here's where they try and figure out a plan here. It's still full 5v5, a minute left in the round. Side now. Gonna take his walk. Oh, he does still able to find one. Running out full trades here and turning into a 3v2. Nice to the molly, intense as I called him out for having 0, gets 3 on this round. The pop flash over the wall. And what a shot from Tenson, what a round from him, coming alive on the KO and bringing this to a 4-0 lead for the side of UGA.
I mean, that's the power of the KO, right? I mean, you can go from 0-2 and 5 to 4-2 and 5 in a round because you do have those pop flashes and those mollies for yourself. They're intended for your team, but you can make solo plays off of them, and that's just what Tense does right there.
Right, and he's checking his phone in the pre-round.
Gotta watch some TikTok real
Yeah,
quick.
he's gotta scroll
refresh
through.
the brain.
Let's see what's the method here. How does Jax's people try and get back into this? Alright. He's gonna throw his knife and then back up onto Jenny. But the attacking side is playing a very safe position. We've seen them kind of favor mid a lot in this game. They're continuing to do so here. Dejan is just going to be holding this smoke, maybe expecting the walk out of the angle to be held. Patience will be a virtue here for them. They continue to play slow, walk down the site, hoping to find any kind of opening, but UGA has not been giving them to them. They're going to choose this A side, it appears. KO is just going to try and take his walk down. He is going to shoot the knife. That Cypher Cam is going to, I believe, spot both of them, but Dejan is going to be able to trade out the kill found onto Epoch. Cypher tries to disrespect it, but Dejan comes through. Side, though, picks up one with the op, making a 3v3. a huge kill from Halo though, and they have the numbers advantage, but the op finds another. Baze is able to find one, I believe, through the door. Inside with a huge shot, and he is looking lethal with these marksman rifles. The Outlaw, this operator, obviously, he's looking great with these.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's playing point-and-click adventure out here. I mean, that's what you have to do on the Jet, especially on this map. It's so you can hold so much mid-control with that operator, and you can hold for your team on these big pushes. I'd really like to see a timeout from the opposing side here, from Jax's people. I mean, this is 5 in a row.
It's down 5-0.
You know, maybe not this round on the little bit of a broken bye, but on your next before your next full bye.
It's a broken bye, but they forced into it with these 3 Guardians. I mean, they're not going to be able to buy next round if they lose this. I think they're starting to understand the importance of every round at this point and the snowball effect that can come off of it. Side here holding this angle. Epoch wants to challenge him onto it, maybe choosing to think better of it. Understands that an op could be at the other side. Smoke comes flying in onto the B main. And it looks like just a battle of patience between these 2 Jets here. Who's going to hold on to this angle? Well, it looks like he might. He keeps thinking about it. Continuing here to just not do anything. Degen is actually going to take his walk up. Oh, he's going to be spotted, I believe. And the Mara's going to come in, allowing Tense to get back. Although this does find 2 on the suppression here with the KO knife. Understanding that there's at least 2 towards this A site, but it's going to be the call for the attackers. Head towards it. Off of the KO. And they are going to. Zach actually does find one while blinded, but then I think Degen also responded while blinded. And setting up a 4v2 for the attacking side here, trying to get their first round online, but it's side again with the operator. But he'd have to find all 3 here. I mean, you have to think he's going to try and go for this. Yeah. Which is the gun. But Degen holds the pixel angle, and they get that first round online. And that first round is always important for the side like this.
I mean, hey, what do I know about a timeout, right? I mean, apparently, it was enough for them, and that's exactly the round that you need right there. Especially buying into that, you have to convert that one, and that's what they do there. And I like that from them. I mean, it was a lot of let's wait it out, and then boom, hit. I mean, a lot of times we see a lot of initial util, then the slow down, but it was slow from the get, and then we just explode on the side together. Exactly. I like that.
They're looking lethal here. There we go. Very slow toward them here. We've seen this a lot. They have inserted the Jet up towards this mid angle. Maybe gonna try and get aggressive. Working Jet is a fixture of competitive Valorant. Jack's just gonna try and find his angle here. Try and peek onto Market, see if anyone's holding it. No one there to meet him though, but Degen actually is gonna find one in the Battle of KOs. Make it a 5v4 for them, and that's gonna actually, I think, make Isco try and make a play onto B main. Shock Dart comes in along with the Sova drone. Cage comes up, but he actually was in the cage. Although he is gonna avoid it, and the Sova, or the Omen ult was used in order just to provide reinforcements onto backside here. Oh, but Jax is actually gonna be able to find a huge kill onto that angle. So it's a 3v5 for the defenders. But, I mean, the attackers haven't gotten onto a site yet. And that's the spike down. Side finds one with the operator. Baze is able to find one. And then now it's all of a sudden it's a 3v3 with only 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left.
The tail ult's actually going to be used to force them to speed up onto the site. Zach's able to find one. She's creating a 2v2, but it's a 1v2 for Baze. Onto the site, onto this retake. He's going to try and take his time here. There's going to be someone waiting for him behind the cylinder. What's he ready for? Oh, he's ready for one gen. and Degen is able to close out the round, getting them their second there. And it looked shaky there. They let the time get really low, but they are able to still end up converting it in the end.
I mean, this is the story of Jax's people now. I mean, just finding yourself in a deficit and then one round turns around the momentum, but it has yet to be enough for them. So I'd be interested to see if they can actually capitalize off of this momentum swing, especially because it seems to be coming a little bit earlier than we've seen in the other maps.
I mean, that start there, they had the early advantage in the round, but they let the time dwindle. It started to get shaky, but they were able to pick it themselves back up, convert the round, make it 5-2 here. I mean, they're playing for, this is everything. This is grand finals. This is their elimination map. You have to leave it all on the line in this situation as they choose and take their walk towards this B angle. And I think because of what Side's able to find walking up through A main, they're going to see that this has to be a B hit. I mean, he's already onto this mid angle. I mean, there's no way you expect him to be here that quickly, but he's actually going to blow the knives, but he finds one still from it. Halo just maybe not getting turned around in time. Not expecting the re-peek onto the angle, and the KJ ult's going to come in onto B. It's going to be the plan for the attackers here. The spray just coming in through the smoke, and FaZe actually does find one off of it. They're not able to. Soka is going to clear him out though. So it's still a 4v3 though for the side of UGA.
Spike drop.
And they're going to throw the spike. They're going to allow their Omen to plant. Or sorry, they're going to allow the KO to plant. Because he's going to then pop his ult off of this. They're going to try and retake into this KO ult. Maybe actually just going to just let it run out. I mean, you will still have time to retake after it runs out. And it looks like exactly what they're doing. The KO ult does run out. And now here's their cue to accelerate into their KO of their own, taking away the util for this attacking side. Soka does find them down, but it's the attacking side winning out these gunfights. Only Side left, I believe, and he's going to try and get the remote, but it's not going to work out for him. And that's a third consecutive round one for the side of Jax's people, and especially on a defender-sided map such as a slant. I mean, however many attacking rounds you could win it just feels like a huge win in the map at this point.
I mean, personally, on a Sin attack, if I can come out with 5, I'm feeling fantastic.
Exactly.
So, I being at 3 already at a 5-3 scoreline, I'm happy with where we're at, especially with the way the momentum is right now. They could come out with more than 5.
Continuing to get these rounds piling on top of each other. What will be the call here? UGA needing to halt the momentum. Okay, they're not going to come in. Not going to spot out anyone for either of them. And once again, we're seeing the Jet walking up towards mid. They've loved this play on the attacking side. Smoke's going to come into B mid here. But I mean, it's very slow again for the side from this attacking side. The Jet has continued to walk up. Towards mid. The flash is going to pop. It's going to actually end up blinding his Omen there, so not able to swing off of it like he would have hoped. But are they prepared for the positioning here of the Stay Hope? We see two more flashes being popped. But FaZe just continues to stay secure in his angle. And they're going to group up towards him. Oh, but he chooses to try and take a timing to swing out, and he's shut down by Degen there. Maybe, I mean, they didn't seem to be aware of his angle at least. Maybe he could have found some more value there. It's actually going to, this go, it looks like he's going to end up migrating back over to the B side. This pause, once again, working for them. Side's going to get aggressive onto the angle, but he's going to end up missing the shot here. And that's going to be the cue for the KJ to leave. Lucky to have his life still is Jax. Intense is going to actually be there to meet him in this A mid angle. They have to execute though. There's only 20 seconds left as they try and make it onto this B or this A side. And Isco's able to find one with a shorty. A Guardian on the way. And it's a 3v1 here for the side of Jax. By Zach, and I mean, once again, it's just a situation where they took too long. There's only 20 seconds left, forcing them to execute, and UGA was prepared to stop them.
I think that's the biggest downfall of this kind of hit pause hit kind of play style we're seeing, is that sometimes when you don't find the info you need or the picks you need, it can really stall you out of time, and you just kind of don't have the time left to make the play happen.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. It's what we're seeing here. I mean, when you are forced to execute with only 15 seconds left, especially when the defenders kind of know which site you're on, it causes chaos in these rounds, and they haven't performed particularly well in those situations. The drone walks up. Misses the op shot yet again. Side. I mean, we were complimenting him early in this map with his opping abilities. We have seen the whippage kind of kick in here these past few rounds. Maybe feeling the nerves here. The Sova ult's gonna come in. And it was accurate. He just is able to updraft to avoid it. And once again, the Omen ult comes into this B back side, but he chooses to cancel it. Maybe. I mean, just trying to put doubt into the attacking side. Let's see what they go for here. What's the plan? Once again, it's this wait. We're under a minute into the round and not a kill has been found yet. Shock dart's gonna come in. Potentially trying to break a trip there. Now he's preparing his dart. Dart's gonna come in flying, and that's gonna be their cue. Jet's gonna dash onto the site. Actually, this is going to be the call to leave this B site. The problem is, I mean, the KO Molly comes in, they have the stall, and the defenders are going to beat the attackers here despite all this work to call for fake. And then once again, they're going to be pushing into the group here. There's only 18 seconds. They have to get onto this. They're going to maybe potentially a swing out from heaven here. There's only 12 seconds. They have to get the spike down. Degen is going to be able to stick it and get the spike down. Wait, TP onto the box here for Halo. He's just going to take his time onto this box. And XAJ actually is on the lurk here. Miss of the op shot. Nice. What is he trying to hold here? Halo missile's going to come in. I mean, Jax's lurk has done such a good job, but he actually doesn't look towards heaven. Degen, though, Halo finds one on top of the box, and Epoch's able to find the shutdown, and they're 4th out of the last 5 rounds here, continuing to make this a competitive map on this set.
I mean, Jax's team is showing the momentum here, but they have to start being more careful with the time. They're getting themselves in really bad situations, and I don't know. I think if they keep trying to gamble those situations with such low time, I think eventually it stops going in your favor.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, here we have to see here. Only 2 rounds left in the half, and I mean, for Jax people at this point, if you can win both of them, then you are in an amazing spot entering your defending half. Sovadone's going to come in. That's actually going to speed up side. He goes 1 for 1 there on the angle. Takes out the KO ult there, so no chance for that being used into this round. Maybe stifling what they intended to do with our entry here. They're just going to go for the classic B entry. But that Molly's going to come huge, at least disorienting them off of this angle. Isco with the stinger, though, we see the value of that gun come in. And Isco's actually able to back all the way into back sight. But Epoch is able to shut him down, bringing us into a 2v2 situation. Tap the spike just to try and pull out some util. It's gonna work. KO knife's gonna come in and spot out the Sova, and that could give them fake intel. Maybe they don't realize the Jet is also there. Another tap of the spike here. They're continuing to bait out this util from the side of UGA. Recon Bolt's actually gonna spot at least the KO here and try and fire through it. Another tap of the spike. I mean, if one of these has to be the real one.
30 seconds left.
Right, and this is he chooses finally to get the spike down.
Spike
and that
planted.
will actually start this retake for the side of UGA here. And they've actually given enough time for this initiator util to refresh, at least for the side of this KO knife. See if he chooses to use it or not. He could come huge in revealing at least where these 2 players are. They're just going to hold this angle on the stairs. What will be their cue to speed up? It's going to be off the back of these Tejo missiles. Forces Epoch to kind of swing out. But I mean, the time is getting low. Next people have given them nothing. And he finds one through the box. And Epoch swings out and brings them across their 5th round on this attacking side. And now, I mean, no matter the outcome of this round, it's been a successful attacking half from the side of Jax's people.
Yeah, I mean, even if you lose this one, you have to be happy with coming out with 5 on a Sin attack. I mean, especially the way they started. I believe 5-0 was the way we started. So coming out with 5 in any fashion on this attack side is fantastic, but especially with a bit of a momentum swing, I think you have to be happy going into the next half.
I mean, in this Jax's people team, I mean, these initiator players have been the ones stepping up for them. This time it's Degen sitting at 15 and 7 along with his 7 assists. There we go. What's the call here? Everyone stacked up onto this B main side. Ult's gonna come online here. But the updraft's gonna come through on the side of Epoch. He's not gonna find anything though. Chooses to throw out his last knife, switches over to the Vandal. The side tries to take his angle. He's not gonna work out for him. Zach's gonna get sprayed through the smoke, but Isco finds one of his own. A 3v3. We've seen so many situations like this. And that is gonna end up revealing them out here. Cypher ult lets them know everyone's on the site. How do you choose to retake this? Wow, Epoch just finds one spraying through the wall there, but Baze finds a kill of his own. Once again, I believe a team flash coming on the way of VGA, and Soka sprays him through.
I mean, as Jax's people, you have to love that. Coming out 6-6, even on an Ascent attack half, is better than you could ever hope, pray, or wish for. So, I mean, that just feels fantastic, especially momentum-wise.
Exactly. I mean, after being down 0-5, you win 6 of the next 7 on that Ascent attack, and they've evened up this half here. Can they continue to capitalize off of it?
I mean, again, for Jax's people, for their side, the initiator players, as you said earlier, just, I mean, 15 and 8 and 10 after talking about them going 0-2 and 5. I mean, that's the power of a good KO player, being able to use those flashes and mollies for yourself and for your team.
Exactly, and then Soka is still continuing his strong performance on the Sova here. He's been the best performer for Jax's people thus far. We'll see if they can continue this in the strong second half. Space is just going to drone out immediately. Clear onto mid, spot out the alarm bot. I mean, it wouldn't surprise you to see that alarm bot there every round, but that's actually a beautiful flash, and Degen is able to find one just spraying through the smoke. I think a combo with the recon bolt and the flash, and that'll enables them to back up onto the A site. UGA going to be forced into questioning here, but Side is actually just going to try and even up the round on his own. And I mean, 2 players on the side of Jax's people incredibly low, but Side himself still only has 3 health. See what they try and do it. It looks like we might be headed back towards the B side, but obviously the B side is filled with unknowns. You don't know where these players have chosen to set up. You have no intel on it, and instead they're going to walk up to the mid. They're going to continue their walk into market here. They're just going to take their time getting into the site. I didn't realize that the Sova also incredibly low on the side of Jax's people, so this round is by no means over. I mean, just a few stray bullets could make this a 4v2.
30 seconds left.
Going to continue to take their walk. They are going to break the KJE turret. Able to find one on the right click here. Tense actually, and tries to just find a right click there. That looks more like a classic right click that we're used to. And I mean, there's so many incredibly low players in this team, and Side is able to find 2 on his own. I believe he had 3 health, still able to find 2 there. Here we go. What they have, I mean, this round that decides the lead. Who's going to carry the momentum to begin this half? It all comes down to this retake attempt. And Epoch is able to find one overhead here. But Isco finds one with the frenzy, and he's able to back up off of it. And they know that it's a fake. They know that it's not a real tap. Smokes the spike. He's gonna try and stick here. Oh my God. Able to find the win here. That got a little tricky, and like I said, I mean, Jax's people had the opener, but there were so many low health players, it was bound to be volatile, and it ends up going the way of UGA there.
Yeah, I mean, that can be the downfall of any pistol round. You can have man advantage at any point, but then your health advantage can be in the exact opposite direction, which is exactly what happens.
Only the timeout being called, but also we had potentially the call for a tech pause. I don't know exactly which this is, but a timeout either way coming here as they try and get everything settled here. What would you like to see out of this? I mean, we're only one round into the half. We can't really make any calls with what we've seen thus far.
I mean, I think if you're UGA, I think you have to stick with what works for you. And I mean, you're running a pretty standard comp. Aside from the Tejo, it's not one that we're super familiar with yet, but it's also not exactly out of the ordinary since the character's been in. So I think you just have to stick to what everybody knows works and hope that it works for you too. And then if you're on the other side, if you're Jax people, I mean, you have Jax and Halo both not putting up their best performance so far. So, I mean, you have to hope either DJen continues to just do what he's been doing along with Epoch and Soka, or, you know, you have to hope that Halo or Jax steps up. And, you know, we're in grand finals. If you're going to do it, now's the time.
Yeah, this is your only chance to do it here. And it looks like you should be headed onto this round here. Everything is working. Alright, here we go. This means a lot. Maybe a misclick from the side of Epoch. I don't know if he thought someone might be on that angle, but Side is actually going to find the shutdown on DJen. And once again, dominating the early rounds of a half with the use of this outlaw. And you know that he's going to be playing it, but it's so hard to avoid. That's going to enable them. Once again, we slow it down. How will they choose to attack? It looks like we might be headed towards the mid area of the map. That's where they have 3 players already, and it looks like everyone might be converging on it. But they've actually, Jax's people have taken a moment to 2 of them walk up to the same main angle, and he's going to spot that out and just leave off of it. I think the right play here, but how far up does this Omen choose to go? He actually is going to insert himself behind the box, I believe. And instead, unfortunately for him, the attackers are going to keep going. But he's actually continuing to walk out. Jax here tries to find an angle. Isco is going to find the pick onto Halo. And, I mean, it's a 5v2. They've been methodical at clearing out all these angles. It would take a true miracle to bring this Thrifty around. Epoch does find one, though, with the Sheriff. He's going to have to find a lot more value, though. He gets a Guardian. I mean, he could be lethal with this weapon. We've seen it before. But, I mean, like I said, it would take an absolute miracle from their side. How do they try and fight onto this? You're just hoping to get a mistake, unless you want someone to overexert. It's just not happening. Maybe that's the cue. Hearing that drop might be the cue to take their walk in the market, but I mean, UGA understands that that's a potential. And they convert this on the side of UGA yet again, bringing it to 8-6 here.
I mean, if you're UGA, that's exactly what you want to see. I mean, I understand the fact they had gun advantage there, but I mean, that's exactly what UGA wants to do. They want to find that early pick, take their pause, and then get into those post-plant protocols that they run so well. And like you said, the other side was looking for someone to overexert. UGA is not going to be the one to do that unless it's absolutely a necessary play. I mean, these post-plant protocols we've seen from them through every map have just been beautiful.
You can tell this team is drilled and conditioned. They understand every situation that they could be faced with. As we see the Tejo drone going to make its way all the way up and kind of just clear out this tree area. Spawning Epoch onto it. TP here, I mean, just to play mind games a little on the Omen. The opposing Omen has decided to tuck into Wine here. Let's see if they try. I mean, once again, though, it looks like this positioning for the Omen will go undone as we head towards the B site. Throws the cage down. He's gonna use it. Try and just break the cage turret. He really wants to break the cage turret here. He uses his cam to do so, but he is able to get it down. I mean, that'll just make you think that they're going to be pushing towards the B side. At least they might be favoring it. Omen puts back up the one way on A main, but I mean, all of the attackers are headed towards this B side. It's going to be the point of action in this round, but Jax is actually able to shut down side. That'll make things a little bit more tough here, but the execute still will attempt to come in, but Degen is able to find 2 off of that swing. He's going to try and run, but I don't know if he's got time here. It's going to be incredibly close. He's going to TP up. The spot from Isco could come huge, but he's not going to end up being able to find anything off of it. Halo's going to be able to shut him down, and that should all but end the round here. And yep, that'll do it. So they are able to convert the anti-bonus here, going down the beaten path, and I mean, you would love to have a round like that if you're the attacking side. You don't know how many rounds you're going to be able to obtain. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you want. I mean, like I said, from UGA last round, that's exactly what you wanted from their side, but on the side of Jax's people, that's what you want to see in response to that. I mean, they want to stick in here. They don't want to get themselves in a hole again, as they've done so many times, but they seem to kind of almost get their way out, but then it just doesn't seem to be enough. So I like that they're keeping it close and they're not letting themselves get into this hole again.
They've already come back from the big lead on this map. We should be in just for back and forth rounds throughout it, and potentially forcing a winner-take-all map 3 in these grand finals if the defensive side can hold on and win. Teo drone. Yep, is going to spot him out. He's not going to be able to dash off of this. And the Teo missile is going to come in. And yeah, they are going to be able to convert the kill off of it. Side actually somehow finds a 3 onto that spray transfer. I mean, that's just an insane play from him. He's been shooting like that this entire tournament. And yeah, off of that, I mean, you're going to walk onto the B site. I mean, when he makes a play like that, I mean, it basically ends the round. Zach puts the finishing touches. It's just Degen left here. I'd be surprised if he even tries to play onto this 1v5. But he is going to be able to find one. Well, he would have to pick up at least...
Spike planted.
I mean, he's going for this, it looks like, at least. Maybe thinking better of it, though, just sitting back. Tries to swing out of it. I don't love the decision to try and play into that there. I think you just have to take your rifle into the next round. Especially, I mean, it was a 1v5 situation for him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what his ult charge was before that death, but maybe he wants to die for the ult charge, but I think it's better for your team to bring that rifle in. And, I mean, we have Isco with the op on the other side now. You're kind of starting to build this eco advantage. I mean, you have a okay buy coming through from the other side, but there's a Bucky in there. A Sheriff, maybe Epoch can't really decide what he wants. He's going for the Vandal.
He goes for the Vandal here, so they do still try and buy into this round here. We'll see what the plan is for the side of UGA. They've kind of been steadily ahead throughout the entirety of this game. Jax's people consistent on the back foot, and Zach finds the opener in the Omen battle onto A main. And that'll be the cue for UGA. I mean, they're going to send everyone back towards A main. Cypher ult's going to come in. I would assume it would only serve to further aggress them onto A main. You know that there's only 2 people there. They're actually still taking their time though, but the paranoia comes in. It could come huge for him, but Soka is actually with a beautiful trade onto him. Degen does take damage with that. Isco finds one. Degen is just narrowly avoiding all of these mollies. The plant is going to come online for UGA, and the Omen ult. He does end up canceling it though. It wasn't to the defender spawn. Jax is going to be spotted out on this. Going to break his way onto heaven. I mean, this is a tough retake. 3v4 onto this A site. What do they have? How can they find it? Base finds one to shut it down, but Jax responds with his own. It's still a 2v3 here. Epoch is able to find one from behind. All of a sudden, this is a little bit more winnable, but Isco's op shot should basically end this round. Find one, but Tense trades him out immediately, and the lead balloons to 3 now for the side of UGA.
I mean, that's UGA right back in their rhythm again. Again, the early pick, let's pause for a second, group back up, and then right away we're hitting again. So, I mean, that's exactly what UGA want to do.
I mean, they're playing exactly the way that they want to play. And I think Jack's people maybe need to do a better job disrupting that play style. You know what UGA wants to go for, and they're kind of playing right into it. I mean, inadvertently, obviously, but it's still happening for them. And Isco, I mean, bringing out the attacking operator against a full eco here. And he's had that off the past couple of rounds. It's been effective for him. What the plan is, I mean, it's full aggression onto mid from the side of Jax's people. We saw Side win rounds with his jet knives. We need Epoch to do the same here. But it's just not happening. Side, I mean, all of them rifling beautifully, and it's a 5v1 now. They spot out the KJ, and that's a flawless anti-eco from the side of UGA, putting them 2 rounds away from winning this fight.
I mean, that's a fairly typical eco strategy for Ascent, and I like to see the timeout here, maybe even a bit earlier, but I don't mind it right now. I mean, you had the momentum, it's not there anymore. Now you have the full buy. Let's see what we can figure out. But that's great awareness from UGA to think, hey, you know, a lot of people go mid on eco rounds here on Ascent, so maybe we should kind of play for that.
It's interesting. We've seen, I mean, this map known for being particularly defender-sided. We've seen the attacking sides flourish on both sides here. And UGA doing the same thing here. But once, I mean, a 5-1 start to the half. We've seen something similar in the first half. This is normally about the time in the half where Jax's people start playing at their best. And we'll see if that's a similar story here.
I mean, you still have DJ on top. He's been consistent this map. Yeah, he's trying to find his team openings. He's trying to, you know, instill that morale of, hey, we're still in the server. We're still on this map. As long as we're still logged in, we have a chance.
I mean, we're seeing, I think really the problem here is you're looking at the bottom of that leaderboard. You're seeing 2 people minus 10, you know, 7, 17, 6, 16. If they can play like we've seen them play before, you know, especially Jax, we've seen them towards the top of these leaderboards in so many of their games. If those people can start to get the kills that we expect them to, this is an obvious path back into this game for them. But you have to win this round, you think, if you're the side of Jax's people. And it's actually, the defenders fully set up towards this mid side again. It's looking actually very similar to the eco round they just played, although they do end up backing up. Potato drone's gonna come in again. He's gonna spot out the jet. Avoids the suppression and escapes. Let's see what's the play if you're UGA here. How do you try and get onto the site? I mean, Dejan is just taking his jiggle peeks onto mid, not going to find anything off of it. And the attacking side actually starting to back up here, potentially favoring towards the safe side of the map. But it's where the defenders are stacked too. 3 of the defenders into this tree area. The spike headed its way towards A main now. Isco has walked up towards mid with this operator in hand. His lurk has been lethal thus far. But he's gonna now start to walk up. Jack's people have their stack on the correct side. It's just all of them towards this tree area. And the hit's just not coming that way. Isco does miss his op shot though, and it allows Halo to get the opening pick. So a 5v4 on the retake for them, though Spike does come down though. And there is still, Dejan is incredibly low health here. See, how do the attackers, they have 3 ults of their own, how do they choose to try and stop this retake? And it's going to be with their going KO. The Soka immediately shuts him down. They actually just get the rest fully off. But it's kills coming in from the defensive side, and they're able to make this a 3-round deficit, cut the lead to 11-8, and we see the timeout working perfectly for them as they bring 4 people into the next round.
I mean, that's what you want to see straight out of timeout, right? I mean, it's a lot more thinking put into that round. It seemed like it was a lot more team cohesion. It seemed like maybe on the defensive side they were starting to get a little split up, but they were all grouped together and able to execute that retake pretty well.
And they're looking good here. UGA, I mean, obviously no reason to fret. It's only 1 round. The only reason to worry is just because you've seen things like this before from the side of Jax's people. They've made a name out of doing it this entire tournament. Well, we'll see. And this round means a lot for both sides here. I mean, a potential eco breaker, depending on who wins it. You see, once again, all 5 players towards this B mid area. DJ is going to spot out one. He's going to be able to find a pick off of it, though. And they spot out Soka as well. He's going to be forced to back up. Continuing to take space onto this B side into market. They spot out Jax. How do they try and take this gunfight? Neither side ends up winning it out. The KO knife does come in along with the reveal and enables Soka to shut down side. This sends the attackers scrambling, forced to run towards the A side. They actually end up running back into this mid area. I think off the back of Isco's walk up here. Kind of a pause. The round's starting to slow down. Jax is able to find one, but it is traded out by Baze. Angle by Soka isn't going to quite end up working out here. He does have the Soka ult, depending on how low the time gets here. That could play huge for them. Instead, Baze trying to punch right through. Neither side really landing the shots in this round. It's looking a little sloppy, but it all comes down to this. How much does Halo have onto this B side trying to hold it down? The reveal, I'm not going to end up revealing anyone, but he pocket DJ and find the kills, and it's a 1v4 for Tense. Does he have a miracle play? Taps the spike. Now this time he chooses to stick it, but they're allowed to walk up, and they cut the deficit to 2 rounds, getting just that little bit closer.
I mean, Jax's people out of that timeout looking a lot better already. I mean, whatever you said in that timeout, it's working. Stick to it until it doesn't work anymore.
Exactly. It seems to have been panning out for them. They brought this to 11-9, 2 rounds away from a tie game, and if they can win 3 of the next 4 rounds, we will head into this overtime period.
I mean, I don't mean to get too analytical, but it looks like the micro side from this defensive half is kind of improving here. It seems like a lot of these tiny adjustments are working a lot more in their favor.
Yeah, they're finding the correct timings here. They're finding great spots to place this util. And they're going to actually go for the Sova ult, and he is going to find one. It is just going to result in a trade, though. And he isn't going to find another on the shot. I mean, you go 1 for 1, but at the cost of a Sova ult. As he takes the drone all the way down, it's going to clear out this mid area. And that's because UGA have set all of their forces towards the A site. But, I mean, Jax's people don't really have the read, although they are going to double up in the tree here. And actually, yeah, they are starting to send the players over towards A. I think just off the back of the KJ util not finding anything, you're thinking that they have to be leaning towards the A side of the map. Still have to win out the fights, though. I think a missed op shot from the way of Epoch. Soka's not able to find anything. We see another op shot fired. Missed out. The door closed, though, and that should enable the spike to come down, although not comfortably. Or do they choose to try and plant this? They're actually, the spike carrier going to just back into hell here. Maybe he has a separate idea. I think maybe they were just expecting a flood potentially from the defensive side, but both sides willing to play patiently here. What does he try and do here? He's just waiting it out. 15 seconds left. Waiting for his missiles to come online, it seems. The spike is going to come down here, along with the Killjoy ult. Gonna force them to back up from the site. Yes, they're all choosing to back up into the line area. But Isco is gonna try and find something here. He's not gonna be able to find it, but he does avoid the. Oh no, he actually doesn't avoid the detain. Unless they don't realize Zach actually was detained in hell here, and Soka starts the spike diffusal. But they are going to take him out. But the shots are with him here, but a collapse for Isco. And all of a sudden, Degens in a 1v2. The spike is half, though, but they know how Isco finds it. What a shot from Isco. I mean, on the collateral, and then he's able to find the closer as well for him. And that's a heartbreaker if you're Jax's people.
I mean, if you're UGA, you're going back to what you know right there. We've hit the site, but are we going to plant? Eventually, but you don't know that. So, I mean, they create doubt in, did they walk off? They have the site. We know they have the site. We're all right here together, but what are they doing? But, you know, UGA has these protocols in place, and like you said earlier, perfectly drilled, and they're ready for these situations.
Combining these protocols with these heroic type plays from Isco, it's a combination for success, at least through the first 21 rounds here. but they still need to find one more. So I'm gonna find everything on the line here. Jax's people, this is it for you. This is all that you have. UGA 1 round away from greatness, 1 round away from clinching the tournament. It all comes down to what they're able to find here. And wow, the jump spot coming in. The Recon Bolt is going to spot out Isco here, but that's all it's going to spot out because the majority of UGA's forces are towards A main. Isco, I mean, they're trying to flood him out of this, and he is going to eventually choose to take his walk through the smoke and escape. Soka here holding this angle onto mid there. I mean, they're expecting a lot more towards mid than there actually is, although UGA maybe not realizing what they had onto this A site. But it is, I mean, B site is completely open. It's just Epoch here holding it. But are they expecting someone to be this close on the angle? Epoch isn't able to find anything off of that. He's going to fall, and now they're going to flood onto the B site. I mean, the defenders are nowhere to be seen. It's looking like this could be it. This could be the end of the tournament right here, unless they can retake onto this. Tense, they're going to get the spike down. Base is going to find one spraying through the smoke, I believe. It's a 3v5 now. Everything on the line for the side of Jax's people. Knife's gonna kill all of them. Isco makes it a 2v5. I mean, for all intents and purposes, this is everything. Jax, you have to play into this. The retake is important. Can they find it? The flash gonna come online. It's gonna blind, but it's over. UGA takes the 2-0, winning both of those maps here. What a series of 2 maps for them. I mean, it was just beautiful. We saw Side throughout both of these maps looking like the best player, but it was more about the supported play.